program is intended for immature audiences.
Good, because I'm worrying about that. Welcome to the Northern Union Vape Show. I have no idea if you can see me because it's not showing all up on it. It's still showing intro. The little loading, the social media. Are we on? Are we on YouTube? I know we're on Twitter.
Bit at the moment.
Oh, we're on countdown bit. I wonder if I refresh.
You mean Twitch?
Yes, you are.
Twitch, yeah.
Yes.
Am I live?
Are we live? It might go off again. It might start because it's connecting to my software now. So I've just refreshed. Oh, we're back on. We're back in the room. Back in the room. Bloody hell, rank amateurs. Do you know what I mean? I try to do things a bit different. And what do I get? Get backlash. Backlash. So anyway, welcome to the Northern Union Vape Show. It is a Sunday night and it's time for a little bit of chat and a little bit of vapey stuff. So if you are on Twitch, say hello and I will get back to you if you are over there. If you are in chat, say hello over there. And there is no, it's a Dickinson free shirt here. There's no Dickinson shirts on here. We are not lumberjacks, unfortunately. You know, so we don't do the lumberjack jams every Saturday night.
You must see this. You must see the after show. It's debauchery.
So yes, so welcome one all. We have got special guests on. It is Black Rose Elixir. It is Phil. Phil,
Hello, Phil.
Thank you for joining us.
How are we doing?
All
Thanks for
right.
having me on. Appreciate
No
it.
problems.
Thank you.
No problems at all. I can get your little faces. If you are in chat, just remember, I've got two chats now. I've got chat on one side and chat that I've already popped out. So if you are in chat, do look at the top. If you are in twat chat, swap it over to live chat and you'll keep up with everything we are doing. Fucking amateur. It's like amateur hour, this, isn't it? Jesus. Sneezing, can't get things going. Anyway, so what we'll do is we'll go around and we'll have a quick vape buffet. A quick vape buffet.
That's
not
an hour
45.
one.
Exactly, not 45 minutes to an hour. So we'll start with Luke.
Right, tonight I am on the special edition. I'm doing a bit of publicising here, but the Black Rose Elixirs, and it's the Slim by Oxford. I use that all the time. The usual, the drop with some also Black Rose Elixirs files.
Do you know what I thought he said then? Some arseholes liquid then.
It's a bit rude, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's a bit rude,
I
yeah.
guess.
And then I'm on also the VAPES 80 with stock coil. Thanks a bit, mate. But I'm on the BDB project, Baby Sugar Watermelon Orokia.
A rocky.
Hello.
However you pronounce it.
Nearly. Try again.
Orokia. I'll be here all night. Anyway, it's Sugar Baby Watermelon. Very nice if you like watermelon. And that's it. I'll pass it on to Graham.
Okay, I've got the Guar 21 with the barrage on top. In that, I've got some white chocolate donut of my own. I've got the VAPES 200 because it's a larger number than the 80, and I've got the Stockholm tank on top. And in that, I've got some BDV projects for Delio, which has been in that for the last 3 weeks. And I've got the Gor. No, it's not the Gor. It's the Gaia. Ultrona Gaia with the Arbiter original on top. And in that, I've got Whip Blicker Carnival, and I'll pass it over to Phil.
Thank you. I'm using the stubby, and in that, I've got my own Black Vest 50/50 3 milligram. I am using 2 slims as well because these are my daily beaters. And in the slim, I have Carmilla in a 3 milligram, and then my slim C, which is the coil change variant. And in that, I am vaping also Black Vest 50/50 3 milligram. And I'll pass that over to JP.
Thanks, Phil. I'm only on one thing tonight. I'm on the Abyss. And in that, I've got a bit of Cafe Love from DIY Flavor Chasers.
Made by
You.
Yay!
And I'll pass it over to Steve.
Thank you, sir. I've got the Lost Vape Centurus M200 with the Centurus tank on top. And then I've got some Cyber Rabbit Radon in there. And I've got the Caliburn Tenant.
Nice.
With
David.
some, Cyber Rabbit Radon. Nick Salt's inside. And that is me. Benny.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm on the Velocity Oxford with some Adagio. Adagio.
Dan. Does he play for Arsenal?
Yeah. From Mr. Adagio from Mr. Big D Vapes. I'm also on the SX Mini V Class with the cloned Evil Spot, EVL Spot. And inside that, I've got the last remaining bits of Rebel X Bogan's Plum Job. And I'm also on, which is a bit of a desk one, is... Fucking that. Just picked up. This is how I don't take it out with me. Look at that. It's just knocked on my thing on the floor. Jesus, on my cotton. So that is the what is it? The don't know. What is it? What is it?
Adron.
Adron Pro. Adron Pro with the Arbiter 2 on top, and inside that I've got Mr. Pug's White Rabbit. I don't know where it's from. A bit of
Good
White
stuff.
Rabbit.
Very nice.
And
So-
that's how you do a buffet.
Yes, nice, quick, simple. Oh, we've done that. 10 minutes. 10 minutes, not an hour. So, yes. So, we have got things coming up tonight. We have got the shinies. We have got also the little bit of a bargains and just some general chat. We'll find out a little bit more about Black Rose Elixir. Not that you probably don't already know because we've been on a few shows. We were on Simon's show, Saturday show. And if you do go over and use Benny10 on Primark, apparently you can get 10% off on check shirts, apparently, John says.
Might get one of them.
Yeah. Steve, do you want to jump in chat?
I'll read it out. I'm not jumping in there. So we have Ian above the clouds. Good evening, buddy. We have Benny. We have Billy Lee Rice. We have himself. Blue Radar 18. Don't recognize that one. Craig D. Dave Lloyd. Grateful Ant. Ian Thomas. John the Vaping Joker. Kenny. Mel Vape 90. Mr. Mike Haynes. Good evening, sir. Nicky Maynard. John Proper Coils and Savage Simon. And that is it, unless someone else called John. I think that is it, I think. If I missed anybody, then tough.
Ian, try refreshing stream, mate. It might come back because, like I say, it did go a bit funny. Metal Vape is now the #1 seller on Dripper Labs. I've overtaken Mr. Black Cat Vapor. Wasn't meant to do that, to be honest. Congratulations. Kaiser Jose, you all right, my friend? Full Carcass, evening. You all right? How are you?
That's Phil.
Oh, is it Phil? Well, it's Phil. Why did you go for Phil? Because I didn't know your last name. Come up there.
You shouldn't have said anything. I was leaving.
Fuck's sake. Cheers, Phil. So, how's the Black Rose been going, my friends?
Yeah, really well. We had a fantastic 2022. I think a lot of companies would probably be, overwhelmed like we were, I think, to do what we did. And within the first year, I actually went through some of the things that we did just as a brand and just some of the, I suppose, accolades, for the want of a better word. So we were finalists in the Vape Around Awards. We won Best Fruit and Best Dessert at Vape Expo. We were finalists for Best UK e-liquid in eSeek Click Awards. We were finalists for Best Fruit, Best Menthol Stroke Mint. So yeah, it was a bit
Bit of a whirlwind
last year, but very well received, thankfully. We do cover pretty much all bases as well. So we do freebase 50/50, we do Nick salts, we do short fills. And I think that was important, actually, to cover all of those bases. And I think actually our 50/50s in particular, as well as our Nick salts, they've done so well. So we never expected that. Never expected that in a million years. And
for me, I think that you put Wicklicker back on the map, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because everybody knew Carnival and all that lot, and the sort of course along and that, and then you went to them, and said, "Can you do his liquid?" And then suddenly, like, you inspired Big D to go to them to do his liquid, and now they're sort of taking off and doing more of their own range. And I think with you coming out and doing what you've done, and pushing what you've done, has put them back on as one of the bigger juice companies again. Do you know what I mean?
I think I do, and I think it inspired them a little bit more. Not that they need that. They're great guys, and as you can see, they certainly created a wonderful, wonderful product. I mean, Danny was very kind to send me his BDV project, 8 in the range, which I got last week, or this week, should I say? Actually, it's Sunday, but they're absolutely fantastic, and they will be coming into store. So. Yes, massive thanks to them and stuff like that. But I think certainly from, just as a general aspect, rather than my point of view, I think it's been nice to see things like Danny and myself do these things, because I think it has sort of revitalized a lot of liquids in terms of, do you know what I mean? Just trying to put the best stuff out there possible. Because it's, at the end of the day, people like myself and Danny, we are vapers.
Yeah.
And I think that's been part and parcel of the success. I think people like Danny and myself have put out stuff there that we know it works.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. But it's been overwhelming, and we're very humbled by it. So
see, first time I met you was at the expo, the first expo, wasn't it, in May, when we'd gone out for a beer, and you were coming out, you met us out, and you and your lass were absolutely fuming. We got to tell these were absolutely fuming. It felt like you'd been shafted up arsehole for a ticket, just to sit there. Do you know what I mean?
We were certainly sold a ticket. There's no doubt about that. And I mean, listen, there's nothing wrong with it being nominated and stuff like that, but I think realistically, looking back at that, we were sold a ticket. Listen, it's wonderful to be nominated in anything.
Yes.
But you see things with different eyes, don't you?
It were quite nice when you came in and you brought that mango. Look at this is the best one, and your lads were fuming about it. But Chrissy put it down like I said here.
To be fair, not just us. That wasn't,
Yeah, no, I know it wasn't just you, no. But
I think that was felt by everyone.
Yes, and I think they sort of sold everybody down river for it, haven't they? Do you know what I mean? To get them to get a ticket,
and there's lots of other brands out there that deserve to be there, not just us. There was lots of other brands that deserve to be there as well.
Are you looking at? Because obviously, if you didn't know, the Vape Around Awards are back on again for nominations. So do go over, if you have tried Black Rose or BDV Projects liquids. Do go over and give them a little bit of a vote. And if you want to be over, they can vote for best reviewer. But I'm not going to push it, because I pushed it last time and got fuck all. So I'm not going to fucking push it.
And Serendipity are on there as well. That I know they've submitted their flavours as well. So good luck to Mike from Whitlicker doing that as well. Definitely.
So it's definitely good that it's not just international brands, because it always used to be international brands done on there. You know, like Rockford Project were in this time and things like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's nice to actually get UK e-liquids back on.
Actually, he was there when we went last time on the board. He wasn't there at the.
No,
the
but I say
board.
it was on. It was nice to get him in. There was in the, instead of it being like Dinner Lady. Do you know what I mean? That's international, IVG. You know, things like that. Yeah, Eisenberg. You know, for 456 time. That, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so it's nice to see other people sort of pushing into that. You know, and people recognising it, that are
100%.
using it to vote for it. You know, which is good. So yeah, so obviously I saw you then at the expo again, and when you went with your really nice booth.
Oh, what a booth that was!
It was a booth. It was a booth. It was a booth and a half, wasn't it? It was a booth and a half. And obviously tried your Nick Salt range then, which was quite nice. I did actually purchase. I didn't purchase them. Sorry, I just purchased it myself through yourselves. Some Nick Salts. So
Did you?
Yes, I did. Yes, I ordered it. I ordered it from you.
I didn't. Do you know what? I didn't even know that, Benny.
Yes, I did. I tried them out myself. Yes, I bought them myself and tried them out.
Oh,
And I got which ones with the strawberry in? Is that Faust?
that's Faust. Yeah.
Yeah, I got Faust, and is Black Best the one with the black
Blackcurrant lychee.
blackcurrant? Yes, I got that one because I'm a strawberry person. But to be fair, I like Black Best better.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did, yeah. So yes, I did actually. Yes, because I didn't get none at Expo because obviously we're busy and that lot. So I thought, well, I'll buy some and get you. So yeah,
Oh, bless you.
purchased it
Cheers,
myself,
mate.
so
I would have
no
happily,
problems.
obviously, let you have them. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
No.
Yeah.
It's always nice to, yeah. So, what is next for Black Rose? Are you bringing some new liquids out?
We are. So we have two that we've already put into the emissions testing, which is quite a long process. And actually, you can never put a date on it. You submit the flavours off. You could be. It's a bit like going to the GP surgery. Actually, you don't know what number in the queue you are. To be honest with you, off they go, and pass or fail, you got to pay for them. So we're waiting back on that. We're obviously confident working with Whitlicker Labs, so we're confident in everything that we do. There's nothing too disconcerting in there. You're not worried about having loads of nasties in there or anything like that. But yes, we have two new flavours that are coming out. I won't sort of say what they are just yet. But yeah, we're excited for them. They will be in Shortfield and Nick Salts first. We'll see about the 50/50 free base. That will come later, and we'll see how these perform. But yeah, we are excited and extremely nervous exactly at the same time. I think part and parcel of the success that we had with the original three, there's a lot of pressure putting out something else after that. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's more nervy than your original thing because you've got nothing to lose on the original. The second lot, you've got to live up to it.
Yeah,
Mikey,
we know one of them. We are confident with, and the other one, well, we are confident with both, I suppose. They are to our taste, but we know one of them in particular will be split. You will either like it or you won't. We know that about one of them. So, and we were umming and ahhing about it, but you know what? I think sometimes you've got to have the balls, haven't you, to just
you just
do something different.
Yeah. Well,
and I think we've done that.
Danny did that with his BDV project because he's done one for him, didn't he? Just for his palette, he just did one that he liked.
Yeah,
that was the Fidelio, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's just for him that he liked that profile, and he was like, "I'm going to do one for myself." Do you know?
And out of all that range, it's the one which for me just stood out as something different and something kind of. I like that. I'll have that one.
See, for me, I preferred the other cherry. What he did. Than that one.
There's a cherry cinnamon, isn't there? And there's
that's Fidelio, and then
there's Adagio, which is the candied cherries, and Star Anise.
That's the one I prefer.
Yeah.
So
watermelon one.
Watermelon.
Yeah.
I've not got the watermelon because I told him I wasn't a fan of watermelon, so he won't give me
Oh
it.
yeah. That's true. I remember.
He wouldn't give it. He wouldn't give it that one. He said, "I'm not giving it. He's not going to use it."
I suppose.
So I've got everything else.
That's cheating.
It's nice. It's nice, but I would like. I'm not a massive fan of watermelon, which is PFC. Man, you all right, mate?
I might.
You know, so I'm. You know what I mean? So he just said, "Well, here's the rest of them." So I got 7 out of them, but they're all banging. They're all banging flavors. Do you know what I mean? What made you just go with the 3 then? Originally, was that just that you know?
To be honest, all 3, but basically what you've just said, all 3 are complete and utter selfish indulgence. That you know, I can't say as to why or anything like that. Listen, I vaped them and I love them. It's as simple as that. It really is. You know, and because obviously Christina and I have the shop, I try a lot of stuff, and you know, not everything's to my taste, but you know, I'm not a dessert vapor.
Yeah,
I'm really not, but I can appreciate a good dessert. Doesn't mean I vape it all the time, but I know what's good and I know what isn't, and that's come with years and years of experience of trying many liquids and seeing what works in the shop and what sells and what doesn't. And I know that's different area to area, and I think you guys, you know yourselves, you know, you've vaped a lot of stuff. You know what's good, you know what's not.
Yeah.
You can tell cheap stuff to not cheap stuff and all the rest of it. And yeah, the 3 were just selfish indulgences, and we were toying about with it. Those are the 3 that we liked, so we went, yep, those are the 3 we're going to have.
Right. I've just noticed that Display goes in. Ian, you all right, mate? They're another one that's a company that's same as Mike's done with, you know, the Wicklicker people have done over there, that they've opened it up to other people to do, you know, develop their liquids. And I think that's fantastic that 2 companies have thrown ahead with bringing out e-liquids for people to, you know, different tastes, and, you know, pushing smaller brands up. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a fantastic thing. You know, I do.
I think they go back to looking at their own line as well, don't they, and see where they can improve their own stuff as well.
Yeah.
You know, seeing other recipes.
Dripper Labs is slightly different. Dripper Labs is a different take on things.
I like the concept though.
Yes,
I like the concept.
Yes, you can.
You know you can go on and go, right, that's what I want.
Yes. Dripper Labs is a total different. That is bringing mixing to someone who probably wouldn't even think about making their own liquid up. Do you know what I mean? And having a play around with stuff. So one thing's just put in, do you think tastes have changed over time, Phil?
Yes, I do. Yeah, massively. Things have come a long, long way. And actually, not only have they changed, but we've changed. We've had to adapt as well. You know, if you remember a liquid from 2016 and you vaped it now, probably wouldn't be as good as you thought it was then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think, lots of things have changed, but actually, I know there was, and I was one of them, sort of mumbling and groaning about, you know, all the changes with TPD and stuff. And there are elements to it actually that still, you know, annoy me. But the things have evolved actually for the better, believe it or not.
How have you found with, obviously you've got a shop as well. So if you didn't know, he has got the shop, which is where?
Malden, Essex. Just a little town in...
It's in the top 10 places to living in England.
It is, yeah.
Phil, have you currently moved shops as well?
Yeah, but only 2 doors down. For those who didn't know, we actually started in a little shepherd's hut. That's where we started. Literally 2 people. Yeah, literally 2 people would walk in. That was it. It was full. Honestly, it really was like that. Honestly, I've seen bus stops bigger than that, and that's where we started. And we actually then moved. It's all in the same street, Brights Path. Then we moved to a bigger shop. We had to. We just had no choice, so we moved into a bigger shop. We had no toilet, no water.
Well, that's a little thing of you having to go home for a shit, isn't it?
But I used to have to close the door, go out if I wanted a wee or anything like that. And I did that for nearly 6-7 years. And so the new place that we've moved into, which is 2 doors down, The reason for that is we have a bit of storage. We have an office space now. The shop's a little bit smaller, but yeah, oh man, what a big change for us, and it's been brilliant.
Yeah, we're still getting saying whereabouts is it again? The shop. Do you want to just give the address out?
Yeah, it's Malden, Essex, which is about 20 minutes from Chelmsford.
Up in Chelmsford.
There you go. So it's not far from there, but it's just a little town. There's no train station or anything there. It's a really pretty little town.
It's a town for local people. It's a local vape shop for local people.
Yeah, exactly. That's what where Danny is, I think.
Yeah. Are you local? Are you local? This is a local vape shop.
He's a bit like that, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, where Danny is exactly the same. Over, do you know what I mean? It's a small little town that gets people coming in. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. So have you done the marketing on everything? Have you and Chrissy done everything on the marketing, or did you have someone give you a hand on that, or No, all of the marketing, the social media, the branding. Yes, obviously people have had to do some digital stuff, but that's not their creation. That is, so I have had input, of course, but that is all Christina. Every little element and bit of that, any social media, any branding, design, that's all her. The whole lot of it. Well, she's done really well on it because it looks good. It looks the business.
Yeah, it's the stories as well. The cards with the stories on.
Yes.
The Victorian Gothic Egler Allen Poe stuff.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I think that's been. Why not have a bit of fun with it? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not have a little bit of theatrics about it? I know you could go, why don't you just call it blackcurrant lychee? But why? Why not go the extra mile? Why not put a bit of effort into something? It's something we care about, something that we love. So we're going to put everything we have into it. We certainly have financially, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So why not?
No, definitely. And you do see it. I see it up on websites putting it in now, the Vaping 101 and places like that, popping it in, for them to sell, you know what I mean? So it's nice that you're actually getting into online retail shops that are selling it for you, which is a massive thing, isn't it? It's a massive thing.
And as a shop myself, I certainly enthuse more about something like that. If I can see a company who's put a bit more effort, if you like, into that. You feel it a bit more, and I think the customer does as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, Graham's gone.
Oh, Graham.
I think he's gone for the shit. He's gone for the shit. It's this dodgy camera he's got. Do you know what I mean? He paid for a really expensive camera, and it's shite. So,
does he need to put 50p in a meter?
He's gonna do something. Yeah, he's got hangover. He's been on piss all weekend, hasn't he? Like normal. Do you know what I mean?
I just didn't want to blow my nose on her.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Well, Benny sneezed on her.
I sneezed. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not going to, airs and graces. You see us each week. You get to know us. So yeah. Obviously, Luke's tried them all. He's tried your liquids. Big fan of them, aren't you?
I've had every range. I've had the salt range, the 50-50, and the short fill. My favourite is Black Bess in the 50-50, hands down. People who are not massive keen on coffee, try it because it doesn't taste that much like coffee. It just tastes like a dessert, sweet taste. It tastes
like coffee, mate. I'll tell you. If you don't like coffee, it tastes like coffee.
It does.
If you don't like coffee, it tastes like coffee. I can tell you that.
I was thinking
there's coffee in it. It isn't a coffee. It's a tiramisu, which is a coffee dessert. But yeah, if you don't like coffee, it's got coffee in it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. If you don't like coffee, it tastes like coffee. Yeah, I can tell you that.
If you do like coffee and you've had maybe coffee e-liquids that you haven't liked, then yes, this would be one that's worth a try. And I think the same about Midnight Oil from Rochford Project as well. If you are into coffee and you've not had one that you liked before, that would also be one that's definitely worth a go as well. Because I think that's a lovely liquid. That.
Yeah,
like I said, as well.
The salts were good. Like I say, I didn't think I was going to prefer the black because obviously being a strawberry fan, but I did. I preferred it totally. you know, which were like, oh, this is really nice. This, do you know what I mean? You know, because I'm not a massive blackcurrant person, you know. And like I said to you when I saw you at the expo, when you said, "Oh, try them," and I said, "Well, I ain't tried them." He said, "Try that." He said, "It is coffee," and I said to you, "I don't like coffee." Well, don't try it then. You just fucking, you were like, "You're not gonna like it. Don't fucking try it."
No, it is that. It is that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I can
You know, and
appreciate it. It is nice, as I said to you, it's nice, but it's not to my flavour profile because I
That's
just
it.
don't like coffee at all.
That is exactly it, mate.
Do you know what I mean?
That is it.
And I
Yes.
can appreciate it 100%, but it's not for me because I'm never going to pick it up. Same as I've got one from Dispergo, which is a peach iced tea, and I can taste the tea in it. Do you know what I mean? I don't like tea, so I'm not going to like that neither. Do you know what I mean? I can
Do you like hot
appreciate it.
chocolate?
I do like hot chocolate. Yes, I do like hot
Oh,
chocolate. Yes.
there you go.
Yes, I do like it. I like a Starbucks hot chocolate with squirty cream on top. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. So has anybody else? You've tried them, haven't you, Graham?
I've had the tiramisu, but that I tried it quite late because I kept on saying, "Don't send it to me, don't send it to me." And I'll send you the tiramisu. Why don't you want to send me it? And I was like, because I'm developing one. Tasted it. Well, I think I'll do a coffee biscuit instead.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a couple of bits saying they've been talking about 88 vape on in the chat. To be fair, if you are stuck at a pinch, 88 vape are there for a reason. They're cheap. They're not brilliant. They're not. Do you know what I mean? Probably out of 20 flavors they have, there's one that's all right. Do you know what I mean? But they're there for a reason.
They are what they are.
They are. They are. They're the budget juice for a reason. They're there for mass market, and they've got a place because people do go in and buy them, and that puts them on. When you say to someone, "What you vaping? Oh, I'm on 88." Try this. Just see someone if they're saying, "I'm on 88 vape." Say, "Well, try this one instead."
Well, a lot of people will try 88 vape as the first starter, the one that they just pick up because it's cheap. They don't want to spend any money. They want to try vaping. That will be the first one. And your taste buds.
Taste bugs.
Bugs. Your taste buds are knackered when you first start vaping. Single flavors are the best things to start, and they're perfect. Just buy them till your taste buds come back, and then you realize, oh, is it? Are they this bad?
Yeah,
but they have, cheap to start with. Great.
That's a lot of people see them when they walk into in Iceland or in B&M's
shops.
Do you know?
£1.08, yeah.
Are they only £1 at B&M's?
Oh.
But you go in, they'll see them.
Everywhere, to be fair.
I thought they were £1 everywhere, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, just it's getting people off of them into stores, then, isn't it? Do you know? Once they've tried, instead of being on disposables, get them into your shop then, and you can say, well, what you been on? Oh, this. Well, try this. Do you know what I mean? And people think, wow, this is totally better. I can use this now. Do you know what I mean? So now, how are you finding it now with your shop? Because you refused to do disposables, didn't you?
Yeah, I still do.
How does that affected you? Has it affected you anyway, or is it?
Yeah, of course it has. Financially, yeah. Listen, it's money I could be taking, and I could do it quite easily. I could bring them in tomorrow. It could be Monday. I could put an order in, and they'd fly out. But listen, I don't want to get into the whole thing. For whatever good they've done, it's lost in translation as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
And it's only my opinion. I don't want any arguments. That's fine. Everyone's got their own opinion. It's just mine. That's all it is. And I think from what I've seen in terms of certainly, I think we're hearing a lot of it now. Although it's always been the case a little bit, and we could do that argument. But I can tell you one thing that for sure is before they were around, the number of minors vaping was very low. I'm not saying it wasn't non-existent. I'm not saying that, but it was very low. When they came on the scene, they're very accessible.
Yes.
They're very easy to get hold of, which is a plus for shops who don't know anything about vaping. I'm sorry if I've offended anyone, but it's a very easy sell it. I don't need to give you any advice on charging it, filling it, blah, 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 blah. You know, 4 or 5 quid, whatever, I don't know how much they are, something like that, 4 to 6 quid, I think they vary, and away they go. For me, that is a massive no.
Yeah, well, I did hear on the news today when I listened to the radio, there is a thing on it that they're giving out information to children of the disadvantages of vaping, which is not a good sign when they're going on the radio saying, we're now saying this, don't vape, we're going to say that it's not good for you. And I'm thinking, shit, that's not good when government is starting to put things out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's a good point, Benny, because the thing is, what you have to remember is, in our world here, you know, vapors to vapors, we can talk about the ins and outs and the nuts and the bolts of the industry, but from their perspective, it's a blanket.
Yes.
Vaping is vaping. You've got no one in there who's going to start talking about, you know, the nuts and bolts. Vaping is vaping, and that's it. And it will be blanketed. And actually, when I look about sometimes, even on stuff that isn't disposable, you know, I think a lot of the branding and stuff like that, we do need to clear our act up a little bit. We do.
Well, it does remind me of when I first started vaping, when the big thing about bottles of e-liquid, and everybody were carrying on about the bottles of e-liquids. You know, some were looking like Coca-Cola, things like that. And then, you know, going down the cartoon sort of things on the bottles of e-liquids, you know, and, you know, you'll know yourself being in a shop how bad it was when you first opened, when you got, and they look nice. They did look nice. The bottles look fantastic, didn't they? Do you know what I mean? But you were like, oh, it's got fucking, you know, Cartoon Network characters on it.
Yeah.
You know, it's got, you know, fantasy, you know, and things like that. And you were like, and there were a big, massive.
Who's that aimed at? Who's it aimed at?
Well, you could say it's aimed at nostalgia. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of it was nostalgia to us, you know, Cartoon Network and things like that. But where would everybody think?
It's even
you
little
know,
things though, like a supermarket chain that I went into that I won't name. Do you remember when you were younger and they said they'd stop selling confectionery and stuff like an unhealthy stuff on the checkouts, you know, and you queue up?
Yes.
Okay. So just before Christmas, or like a couple of months before, I don't know when, but I walked in there and they're still there now on the checkout where the conveyor belt is, right there, 88 vape.
Yeah.
And I think, well, that was, they put a ban on that, didn't they? Because they wanted to promote good health and all the rest of it. And so they removed confectionery away from that, because obviously as you were queuing up with a kid or something, they probably want to grab it because they were asking for it and this and the other. But we're okay to put that on there. So we've got, you know, there's a lot of conflicting things that I think people have gone, they think they can just do what they want with vape equipment, and it has severely, in my opinion, tarnished and damaged the reputation of vaping. We are, at the end of the day, smoking cessation. We are taking smokers, not non-vapers, smokers, away from cigarettes and onto a safer alternative. That's the wording that needs to be used. That's how it needs to be sold. Not sticking it on checkouts and stuff like that. And it needs to change. The whole thing needs a big wake up. And you know, that's just me saying that. You know, I'm no better than anyone just because I've decided not to sell disposables. I don't feel like that. It's just morally, I can't talk about the negatives of it and sell them at the same time. I can't do that.
Yeah. No, I can totally understand your point of view. That's your point of view. You know, that's your stand. Obviously, I can understand people do something because that's what a lot of people want. And I've been in Danny. Danny don't have a load. He don't have a load of them. He has one thing of them, and he does try to get people.
I've actually seen Danny's brought a lot of the bar salts in. And
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
he always wants to put. I know Danny, and massive respect to the guy. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing, and all day long he'd rather talk to you about having a piece of equipment you can change a coil, refill, and
Yes.
stuff like that,
Yeah.
rather than.
And I've been in shock when he's
he's
done that, when someone's come in from a disposable and said, you know, and he's like, how much are they, five? And he's like, well, you know that you've been in 4 times this last week. You could have bought this kit, and do you know what I mean? And they're like, oh well, yeah, I'll think about it. Do you know what I mean? And it's just,
definitely.
and it's just the ease of it, innit? It's a bit like the mentality of getting a packet of fags, open it up and lighting it, innit? That's the thing. It's easy, innit? You know, but you do. As regards to the children, it is the children bit, but like me, I don't know when you first tried your first cigarette. I wasn't old enough to try my first cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
And they're going to do it, aren't they? You know.
Yeah. I just think it's been a product that's been too far easily accessed.
It has, yes. You can go into shops anywhere. And this were a thing with Bobo when they closed their shop through the lockdown for that reason, that everybody was selling disposables around them. And there wasn't the 600 puff ones. There were the 3,500, the fucking 5,000 ones, the ones with a 10mm fucking, I don't know if you've seen them gorilla, like a gorilla thing on with a fucking tank on top.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
yeah, and
like,
listen, whether I like it or not, they're there.
Yeah.
They're there. And you know, there's also the argument, you know, well, it's a good way of getting people into vaping. I disagree with it. There's already pieces of equipment there. I just think the key is spending time with people. Trust me, it's spending time with people. That's what it comes down to. And, you know, I fully believe the way forward is a licensed vape shop. I really do. I'll happily pay a license fee to sell those sorts of products like they do with alcohol and things like that. You've got to have those things. And listen, it's the addiction industry. And, you know, if that's what we have to do, then so.
Yeah, I mean, because places like in Spain, whenever we go to my mum and dad's place in Spain, to buy a pack of cigarettes, you can only buy them from a tobacco shop.
Yeah. You
can't buy them from the local newsagents or the garage or whatever. It's purely, I mean, that's other things they should do. You can only buy vape products from like I said, a licensed shop where, you know, you're not going to be sold to underage kids.
Yeah, and my wife Christina actually put that to RMP here, which is Whittam constituency, which is Priti Patel, and she actually came back to us, Priti Patel, and they actually put that forward in government to ask about licensed shops. So take my hat off to my wife who did that, because actually I think that's one of the best ways forward for vaping, is to have a licensed vape shop, you know, because what's a newspaper shop doing?
Well, it's not just newspaper shops everywhere, isn't it? But this is why Australia's now starting to clamp down, isn't it? Because disposables you can get from a taxi driver.
What?
You know? Yeah. Because you had to get you had to get a prescription to get nicotine, because theirs all come as short fills or long fills as they call them. They get long films. You have to have your own nicotine to put into it because they can't have nicotine. So you had to get a license to get it from New Zealand, to have it imported in, and you had to get that from your doctor, and they get in. So now what's happened is all these other places have bought disposables, as in taxi drivers. You know, it's like, you want a vape? Do you know what I mean?
Check out Kangaroo on it.
Yeah. If you go into the Kangaroo's pouch, there's some disposables in there, mate.
That's it. Little suitcase on the corner of the street.
You know what it is yet?
Yeah. But that's how they've gone, and they're now starting to look at different regulations out there now. Do you know what I mean? Which is a bit shit, you know, because they were.
Listen, we need it. There's nothing we can do about it. It's just not going the way we want it to, and that is part and parcel of this product, you know. I know people are saying in chat and stuff like, better you vape than smoke and blah blah blah, but you know, this equipment's already here.
Yes,
it's already here. You know, I can sell someone a week's worth of liquid, a kit with like a month's worth of coils, man. You're talking 30 quid. I'm going to go through that thing with you. I'm going to set it up with you. We're going to talk about what you smoke, how many you smoke. We're going to talk about loads of different things. You're going to get my time. And, you know, disposable is it's too much of a quick fix. And the things I'm hearing, like, they don't even know how much nicotine they're having because it's marketed 2%. I don't really.
It's 20 milligram. I never got that. Why companies put 2% on?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
You know why? You know why?
You do why? Yeah, you do. I do why? Yeah, because they think they're on less, but they go like that. Oh, it's 2%, and you're like, well, you do know you got 20 milligram in there. No, it's 2%. Yeah. No, it's 20 milligram. No, it's 2%.
And they go, am I?
Yeah. Mick's just said, throw them out the window at people. That's me. That gets them all blinking on road. We could save on cat's eyes then, couldn't we? Just get a load of disposables on middle of road.
Yeah.
Do you know, in a country lane, it'd be great, wouldn't it? They could save a fortune. Disposable saying, we sell disposables, but we try to transition people from those to else and then pod systems with bar-type juice. Once you break down and explain the ways cost people often make their own mind up. And Mike's just put in, after a week in Lanzarote, 75% of vapors were pods, 12% from disposable and 12 rebuildables.
Brilliant.
So it is there.
That's good.
Don't forget, while you're on, if you do look for this, you can get this show afterwards on your favourite podcasting system. So if you get it on Spotify, you can get it on Spotify, you can also get it on YouTube, you can also get it on what is it as well? iTunes and everything. Getting everything. It's on the lot. So if you do want to listen to this back as a podcast instead of on the replay, watching it, you can watch it and just listen to it. Okay, you can listen to it rather than watch it. So just put it out there as well. It is available. But yeah, Ian's just put down, I'm always having to explain to customers the difference between percentage and milligram. It's very confusing to people. And it is. It should be either 20 milligram and that's it, not 2% or 5%. And that's where people don't get what the difference is, do they?
Well, it's marketing. And listen, marketing is very powerful. And those things are done on purpose. They are done on purpose.
Of course they are. They're always
because
done.
You wouldn't know. That's the other thing with nicotine salts, I suppose, because they're a little bit smoother. Listen, 20 milligram nic salt, and you have an 18 milligram freebase, thinking it's lower, you're going to get a shock.
Yes, you can do. You can tell the difference, definitely. So in your 50-50, what have you gone with in your 50-50 range?
In terms of?
Are they nic salts or are they freebase?
Oh, they're nicotine salts because that is the industry.
Right.
That is the industry without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, if you came into my shop, it wouldn't be. It would be freebase. My customers are all on freebase. I think part and parcel because I probably spend, I'm not going to say, I spend a lot of time with every single customer, and I find freebase are more controllable, and you're more conscious about what you're having. So if it is something you want to do where you want to reduce your nicotine, I find freebase is far more controllable to do so, and you're more conscious about what you're taking in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, if you came to my shop, you wouldn't think that. But nic salts are the market at the moment. So that is why they are nic salts. I'd like to do the freebase, but it's purely financial, in all honesty. I would have done the freebase as well, but it costs a lot of money per nicotine strength per flavour to do them. So go with the market.
Yeah, no, like I say, it has gone that way. It's like I say, you nic salts are everywhere now out there. You don't see a lot of freebase. 88 Vape, as a matter of fact, 88 Vape still do a lot of freebase in theirs. That's a lot of, yeah. Because they've been around that long, that they still sell that. They've got it set up, haven't they, for freebase? Do you know what I mean?
If anyone buys, Black Rose direct from us, they're having short fills and nic salts. It's very marginal, the amount of people having some freebase. I think Vaporblade took some 50-50 of us, and that's probably it.
Yeah.
That's my most popular thing in my shop is freebase. So it's funny, isn't it? It's also down to the area that you're in as well.
Yeah. Kenny's just put in salts of the devil. Used them for 2 days. Had a splitting headache, no doubt due to dehydration. More like you were vaping a load. That's what it probably was. You're probably tooting on it more than what you expected. You know, and I find that sometimes if I do Nick salts, that I don't realise how much you've actually tooted on. Do you know what I mean?
Because your vaping habit hasn't changed.
No.
Has it? But
No,
your
no.
nicotine has increased.
Yeah. And
I
then
mean,
you get that
what do you
sweat.
vape normally, Benny? What strength do you normally vape?
Three
So
and probably
nicotine
10.
salts, you're at a 5 at the lowest if they offer
Yes.
that. But predominantly it's going to be 10, isn't it?
Yes.
Or 20.
Yeah. And like I say, I'll do a 10 and then suddenly I'll do a 20 milligram and then like you'll be like, whew, I got a bit warm.
See, I'm the opposite there because I'm like that going away and going, is this it? Is this it? Is this it?
It's like me and Ian back in the expo in May. Went onto the one stand. They were doing this Chinese company doing all their disposables. Me and Ian tried about 4 or 5 of their disposables. It wasn't until after we tried them we looked and they were all 50s, and that we walked away like next 10 minutes. It was like, fuck, you know,
50.
Yeah.
Yeah. Billy Lee said, I'm not a fan of freebase anymore. I gave away hundreds of mils of juice away when I switched to Nick salts, so much smoother. Barry Jones can't vape Nick salts. It gives me heart palpitations. Craig D says salts make him sneeze.
I've heard that before, actually. I've heard that before.
Hey, Dave.
Hello, Dave. You're in the wrong Zoom.
Yeah, but man, I find that when I first started going on Nick salts, so straight away I was on 20, and it was causing me to sneeze and this, that, and the other. So I've just moved down to 10, and
Yes.
I don't get any of that now.
Yeah, 20 milligram gives me sneeze. I sneeze when I do 20 milligram.
Well, I've dropped my salts now. It's at 3% and now at 1.5. I've done that in the last 2 weeks. I haven't noticed any difference.
Mel Babe saying, I use freebase to feel hit, otherwise the salts, I'll vape, and start feeling flying like unicorn. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Mixers, but hello, Dave. Rog Show, mate.
I think, again, it is opinion, and it is nice that there's something there for everyone, isn't there? I mean, it's just, again, it's just my opinion. I feel that freebase is more control of the
Yeah,
thing that you
I
are
prefer, I use that now, myself. Hybrid.
Yeah.
Which is half salts, half freebase.
Still waiting.
Which, a bit like Riot Squad do with theirs, which is an hybrid, which gives you a little bit more of a kick than salts does.
Yeah.
And I can, like say, I can control it better because I can drop it down to a 3, a 6, and if you put it in like a 10 milligram, if I make some Nick salts up for pod device, I get that little bit of a kick that I think I don't have to vape it as much. Do you know? Because I'm not thinking it's smooth because I'm still getting that little bit of a kick. Do you know?
Yeah, they're very popular in my shop, Riot Squad. I have to say, very popular.
That's because you get that little bit of a kick like you do with freebase. You know, it's a shame that not a lot of other ones do them as a as an hybrid one.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be. Display used to swear by freebase, but I'm very much enjoy salts these days, 5 to 10 milligram. You can make that. I already have a Jaffa mix, so that counts me out. I don't know what that one all about. All right, Mick put salts make me impotent. I'm blaming that anyway. You get pills for that, Mick.
Do you mean important?
Important, yes, you're important. Oh dear. So right, Steve, have we got some shinies?
Yeah, like I said, I've got a few,
I'll
but
play
whether
your little thing.
I'll get shouted at now while he's going, oh, it's been out for...
And we're back.
Back in the room. So we've got the E-Leaf I-Or crayon. Well, they've called it a crayon, I really don't know.
I don't know myself.
1000 mAh amp battery. It's not my sort of.
Oh, look at the baby blue.
Oh,
Green.
Don't you think they're starting to look a little bit like disposables?
Yeah.
Well, that's what they're trying to do, isn't it? That's what they're
Yeah.
trying to. People are doing them, so they're doing. Like similar to colours and that lot for disposables.
I like it.
Yeah, I think they look pretty nice.
Ultralight and compact. Like I say, it probably won't be a bad little kit, to be honest with you.
No.
If it's a pod, as long as the pod's all right and it's not loose or out like that, but then you've got that cap that goes over top.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think that'll be a bad one.
Drive me mad, that.
Side fill. It's be all right.
What, that cap going over the top?
Yeah.
Depends how good connected it is. Is that going to keep fucking falling off in your pocket?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, just that little
Good
fella there. Next
Looks
up
pretty though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's all right. I don't.
That's good then. Hopefully we see more things like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Going away.
I think we will as
the
well.
VAPES Drag 4.
Yeah, I saw this has come out, VAPES Drag 4.
They've gone for the wood and the resin in these instead of the like the little stitch thing that's gone before. And it comes with the what's it called now? I forgot the name of that tag now. I'll tell you in a sec. I think it looks quite smart now. In like I said,
I do.
With the wood and the resin.
I've
They've
got
gone
like
back-
that Centaurus you had.
I mean, I don't really like one. I was about to say I don't normally like blue mods, although I've got one in my hand. But I think that's quite nice.
Nice, that.
They've gone back to how they used to look, haven't they, VAPES? The original drags. Very similar to that sort of that.
The wood series look.
They would look nice.
Yeah, I'm just trying to go a bit
yeah.
sophisticated mods.
For the discerning gentleman.
Yes, but yes. You could vape like a sir.
Yeah. No
The
leaking.
U-Force L tank it comes with.
That's the fella. Yeah.
Everything leaks.
Yeah, you're right. That they do. Yeah, whatever they say, it still leaks.
Yeah.
Once that cotton breaks down, it pisses out like a good one.
Exactly. I like that though. That's nice.
Yeah, it looks quite smart, doesn't it? And then also from VAPES, we've got the Argus Z.
Yeah. Don't know, them colours look quite nice, though. They're quite a nice looking little thing.
That reminds me of something.
They can't see you. You have to wait till we come off because we're hidden at the moment.
Doesn't it?
When we come off, Bill, you'll be able to see us.
That, though, can't you?
We can see it. Yes, it does look like that. I don't know what that was. That
That's the
Oxford.
me. It's a good job we're not live, isn't it? Looks like the Oxford Slim. Right?
yes, they might be doing the pods for them.
900 mile.
That's good. 900 mile. That's good.
You're for vaping for 2 days.
Ain't lasting you 2 days.
No, it's not. Yeah. Oh, well, the last 2 days. The last 2 days. It all depends on how much you're flipping vaping on it, doesn't it?
I
Wouldn't
like
last me
these
too.
now because I'm a little bit fed up now. The ones that you get the pockets in, you have to chuck a whole cartridge away instead of just a little. But I suppose it's a bit more convenient for people that are new to vaping and don't want to do the whole cord changing thing. They can.
But it's not hard. You just push it in.
Yeah,
There's nothing to it.
3-7.
That's nice though. We're seeing some development in these though, aren't we? We're seeing some real.
Yeah, it looks.
It's a nice looking bit of kit.
They do look nice, don't they? They look different. Do you know what I mean? They look. They've come a long way, haven't they, from when the first these kits came out? You know, and like you say,
Nice
if
to
people.
hold that as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? It looks nice.
Yeah,
It's got an invisible magnet.
It's magic, that is.
Magic.
You'll see a lot of these pastel colours this year because that's the colour trends for this year.
Oh, is that what it is? Is that the pastels in this year, right?
Right across everything, right across websites.
Do you know? And I too like
everything like that.
for a shop that it's interchangeable with everything. Is that pod?
Amen. Bane of my life, that.
Yeah.
And last up, this is not just something. It's something new. I just want to. He's got the damn vape nitrous RDTA. I just wanted to show you this and see what people's opinion are on this color design.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Very Nintendo.
I like that
Should we do
purple
Should we
one.
do blue and white, yellow. Ah, fuck it. Just put it all together. It'll be all right.
I like that
No one
purple
knows.
one. That purple one's nice.
What, the pink
That one. That one's nice. Pinky purple.
Yeah, I mean, they're not too bad, but I mean, I just saw that. I thought, what the fuck are you thinking about?
Just straight
pick a
away,
colour.
that's 1980s Transformers, really
Yeah,
classic, shell suit, all in one, isn't it?
Yeah, this is your
Yeah.
Optimus Prime RDTA.
Yeah, retro. A bit of retro. Graham's cardigans are all pastel, apparently.
And that is it for Shiny Magoos.
I think that purpley one looks nice. That one, purple
Yeah,
pink.
all right.
I think that looks all right. I'd vape like that, like a cert on that. on my wooden Voopoo drag.
Mike Haynes put my eyes.
Yeah.
Mario Tank.
Looks like Sonic the Hedgehog Stubby.
Just, oh, Jesus.
Billy says, I already have one of them in my basket.
Which one?
And Melvape says, that's messing with my colour blindness. What colour is it? Exactly, red, white, and blue for patriotic, exactly.
So what about the yellow bit?
Well, yeah, a bit yellow. Bit
What
yellow.
was left over?
Yeah, bit yellow.
Yeah, fuck it.
Right, so we have got some bargains. Might as well jump into that. It'll stop, it'll come back. Don't worry. Don't worry. They'll be all saying they can see a spinny thing. I keep pressing yellow button. It's a big yellow button that says finish, and I press it all the time.
Big yellow button saying, do not press. No.
Yeah,
Steve.
yeah. Hold up, we'll come back on. Oh, we might not come back on. Are we back on?
I can't check at the moment.
Oh, no, it's gone back to the beginning. I don't know if that's just come back on now.
Have a look. Yeah, it's coming up. It's what we're seeing.
Yeah, it's
French, yeah.
it's showing away, call it.
Hold up. I have to refresh the fucker. Yeah, it's back up now. Bloody hell, we're back to the beginning. Sorry about that. Me pressing wrong buttons. Just see this grey screen. So, right. So, there we go. I was not bothered with Bennett. So, oh my God. So, straight away, we are on with this one, which is from Vape Lounge. It's the Steam Crave Titan PMW version 1.5 mod 300 watt for $46.99. $46.99. I'm all over Twitter now because I don't know where chat is. I can't see what they're saying. Hold up. Right, so we're on. Cloud Chucker says, I'm ordering one now. Thanks for showing me this. No problems. Yep, we're on the Steam Crave. So $46.99. Like I say, I've not used Vape Lounge before. I don't know. So I just thought that was a rather nice. That's the cheapest I found. I had a look around for it. They've got it in stainless steel, gunmetal, and black. So you can get that from there. Also, if you go over to the Vape Lounge, you can get this one, which I think is a bit of a Billy bargain. An Oxford Origin 2 kit with 20 Nick salts.
What?
20 Nick salts. It doesn't tell you what 20 Nick salts you're getting. It just says 20 Nick salts.
I
So,
don't
just,
vape.
so I don't know if you're getting, I don't know if you're getting Nick shots or you're getting Nick salts or you're getting, do you know what I mean? I don't know. But for £20, I don't think that's bad that, for 20 quid.
No.
For that
Hey,
full
listen,
kit.
20 quid and you're away, aren't you?
Yeah, well, you can put the adapter in that and use it as a thing, can't you?
Yeah.
For some mods. So, I don't like to say, it's Billy saying 0 mg. I don't know. I couldn't see where it said what you'd get, to be honest with you. It just says 20 Nick salts.
It's a well-made bit of kit, that, as well.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what you get. So that's a bargain. Salts probably cost that. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what salts you're getting. I don't know what. Oh, it just says 20 Nick salts. So I can't tell you what you're getting. But I thought for 20 quid, even without Nick salts, it's a bargain, isn't it? For 20 quid.
Yeah. Well, I don't know whether that's a cart. I don't know whether once you go to the cart, whether it'll let you choose in there or
No. So it comes to $22.98. It's only $2.99 for post as well. That's cheap.
Because we're on strike, that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it gets delivered to the wrong place.
yeah. So that's that.
And I've got
So-
it in all colours as well. So.
Yeah. So over onto N.U.V.S Vape Online, you can get the Vape 5 Brunhill Top Coiler RTA TPD edition. They only have it in black for £14.
I didn't know they did a TPD version.
I don't know. I think they're just calling it a TPD version. I don't know, but it's 14 quid. Don't know. Just says TPD edition, 2mm TPD edition.
But if you keep scrolling down to the
That's it.
picture,
I don't know.
there you go. 8mm large capacity for all day vaping.
Might have a
That's
bung in it.
definitely
It might-
TPD then.
It might have probably got a rubber bung in it. Take it out, no TPD. Yeah, that's it. It probably has got a bung inside it, hasn't it? But for £14, I don't think that's bad.
Quite tall fellas, isn't they? So you'd have to have the right mod for it, otherwise it look a bit wonky.
Exactly. I don't think that's bad at all for that price. £14 in black, if you fancy a tall one. Also on Audacious, I don't know if it's Audacious or whatever. Audacious, yeah. Geek Vape Zoom X Mesh RTA for the tenner. They only have it in gold, green, and red wine.
Red
wine.
wine.
So that's the colours. So they've got it in the blue, the red, and the gold.
Gold.
And that's a tenner if you want to try that. Which I didn't think was bad for £10.
Yeah.
Like I say, colours aren't great, gold, green, and wine red, but they're cheap enough, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah, where's John? He'll love that tank. I might buy him one and send him it in gold. I'm going to send him one in gold.
Then want flat cap is into them.
Yeah. And also, if you go over there, I just thought I'd drop this in. You can get some Demon Killer Slacker Cotton hardcover 30 pieces for £2. So £2 for 30 pieces of shoelace cotton. Which I thought you might as well have cotton with it for £2 for the bag.
Yeah.
Is it any good?
So, I don't know. Damn Vape, I used to use Demon Killer. I have used some of their stuff. I did have a pod from them. They sent over ages ago when I first started. They sent that over. That were all right. I've had their coils before, which weren't too bad for Chinese mass-made coils. But like I say, for £2, that's about that. Exactly. And so it's £10 for Zeus X.
Zeus X.
So that is your bargains for this week.
Well, I've just found a bargain. Do you want me to share my screen?
Go on then.
Over at Vaping 101, Black Rose Elixir.
Oh, £10.
£10.
So there you go.
Cheaper than me.
Stocks, 14 out of 14 reviews, 5 stars, and they've got all 3 in. So if you haven't tried any and you want to try some, there you go. And then if you like it, pop over to Black Rose Elixir itself
and buy the Nick salts from there.
and buy it from there. The Nick salts,
Which are exclusive to us as well.
3 for £10, aren't they, Nick salts?
Yes.
Yeah, which I didn't think were a bad price, to be honest with you.
No, I think you've got to do that. Listen, you've got to open the offer free base or Nick salt, I think, personally. You know, it shouldn't be more expensive that you're on Nick salt or free base, in my opinion. But
Swamp Thing's just put in E-Sig1 has the Smallest Minikin 3 mod for £12.50.
Oh, mate, all day long.
For £12.50. Yeah.
You won't
I don't know. I disagree with that.
You don't have the chips on it's wanking it, really.
Well, no, it's
£12.50 for a mod, though.
Yeah, the only problem is with the Minikin 3 is you get halfway through the battery life, and then when you press it, it just drops to 0 and gives you a low on battery warning. So it's you've got to constantly keep on taking a 50% charged battery out and recharge it back up.
Yeah,
I've got a Minikin 3. It's all right.
No, that's what mine does.
You must have a dodgy one.
get another one for £12.50.
I must have a dodgy one.
Yeah.
Oh, it might be your dodgy batteries.
Can you
No,
say
it's not the batteries.
halfway through the paint falls off? Nicky Mayonnaise, that's where he got his from last week. All 3 of the Black Rose Elixir.
Why not?
Swamp Thing says no, his is okay. So I do have a look around and just see what I can find. Just sometimes, like I say, it's hard now. Like I say, China are on holiday. Happy New Year to any Chinese that are watching. Happy Lunar New Year. It's the year of the bunny.
Say it in Chinese.
Just a minute.
Just a minute.
It's translator up out.
This is going to be fun.
This is where Benny really pisses off loads of Chinese people.
Yeah. Your mother smells of elderberries.
Yeah, do you want me to say? Exina ho ho.
Zina ho ho.
Yeah.
You know that does what with donkeys?
Yeah. You ready?
新年快乐！新年快乐！
There you go. That's how you say it.
Didn't hear a thing.
You won't, they will. They'll hear it. Because it comes through my earphones, they'll hear it. So Happy New Year to you all. Someone said, what's the panel's views on the Scottish Government looking into banning disposables? If they leave everything else alone, then fine. I'm happy, you know what I mean?
I think that's where the danger is. That's where the danger is. And I hope it is just disposables. I did hear that flavours, because UK VIA put something on Instagram a week ago, I think now, and actually said that the Scottish were going for a flavour ban as well. Not, and then the later news was disposable. So I hope that's not the case on the flavours. But yeah, I'm with Benny. As long as it is disposables, then
yeah. If that's all it is, they're going to the ban. Then I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Happy with that. Ban them.
But that's the danger that the product has brought to the vaping industry.
Yeah.
You know.
Greg D says ban alcohol too while they're at it. Yeah, you have got that argument. Do you know what I mean? You have got that argument. The only thing is, like I say, once they start, they won't stop. That's what you've got to think. If they ban them, are they going to stop at banning them?
Yeah,
they never do.
You know, you could put gambling in there. I mean, they throw. I mean, they throw tenors at you and put it on your phone, and you know, I can't disagree with Craig on that. Really, I get it. I get the point.
Yeah.
I get the point.
The next thing they'll ban Scottish people from trolling in YouTube.
Yeah. Well, down here they've already banned Scottish £5, £10, and £50 notes. You go in a garage, you're like, we don't accept them. I don't know why.
Well, I've got now else.
Is it Stanford University in America? So if I can pull the picture up, some of the words that they've, I don't know if it's you can use on campus or whether the students there in their paperwork, but some of the words that they've banned. So if I can try and get these pictures to come up. now.
Words.
Oh, some of it's just like, are you fucking serious? And then a one like out is American, and now because they're going to use U.S. citizen, otherwise it discriminates against South and Central Americans.
Mm.
So if we can, my computer will let me. No, it's not
Computer
gonna-
says no.
Yeah.
There we go. It's a bit pixelated, but I'll bring it up now. So, to kill two birds with one stone, you've got to say do two things at once because it promotes animal cruelty. Not allowed to say grandfather. It causes denial against black people with the vote. So you've got to say the word legacy.
Walking, what trivializes people with disabilities.
Yeah, and
Where's
I think
this-
the
where's
other
this
one
from,
that's on,
Steve?
it's not on there, but the band as well is the word field, because of like the back in the day when the slaves worked out in the field picking cotton.
Do you know what gets me? That bottom one there, white paper, because white is racist.
Yeah, it's like-
Where's this from?
Stanford University.
yeah, I heard it on the news the other day. Yeah, and it's just like, I mean, like field. So what do kids go and play football on the football field? An archaeologist, he's the top in his field. What are you going to? It's just like, just get a life with you.
I'm just upset with the two birds with one stone thing because I love that phrase.
Yeah.
Man hours,
Now,
person hours.
Fucking hell.
Brave.
Unbelievable.
Brave is out. That'd bring a new thing into the.
Yeah, but they haven't come up with a replacement for it. It's just like,
Yeah, I'm feeling numb today. Fuck off.
is
I
it
think-
Mel
actually-
Gibson.
And that's what happens.
Yeah, non-heart. Yeah, non-heart. What you watching tonight? I'm watching non-heart. Who's that? Who's in that? Mel Gibson.
Never seen that one before.
yeah.
Is this after he's dead?
Yeah. Ridiculous is that? I can't believe that people. It's
Yeah,
a society we live in, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? That is a society we live in. That, but you offend people can get offended for being offended.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's always someone that's offended for some reason.
That's just offended me, that, Benny.
Exactly. No, it is. It is
Exactly.
exactly. You've just offended me for saying you're offended for what I've been saying that's offensive.
I'm offended that you two are offended.
Oh, no, that's how it's going. We had this,
that
we had
means
this
if
the
no one
other
was
week
gonna
for
be
about
offended,
20
we'd all
minutes.
have to believe in the
WhatsApp
same
group.
thing. We'd all have to like the same stuff. We'd all have to be from the same religion. We'd all have to be from the same upbringing. It's
North
impossible.
and south.
No, there won't be north and south because that's we're just all one. We're all one. There's no north and south. You can't say where you're going north because that's discriminating against me, then, isn't it? It's discriminating against people who live in south.
I'd miss the banter.
Yeah, exactly. It
Miss
is,
the
isn't it?
banter.
But you
Everyone
get.
goes, all right, Phil.
Yeah, all right, Phil, you all right, mate? You're having a fucking babble.
You know what it reminds me of? You know, remember the advert for the pea advert for Mushy Peas, where they just brought a pea and he goes, you remember being in the field and all this time, and he starts crying and goes, right, next. That's what it feels like. Every one of us are going to be like that.
You won't be able to say Accrington Stanley. Who's they?
Oh, dear.
This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Right, so we are coming up to that time. You will find tonight that your chat, while you're in chat, will transfer over to the late night steamer show. Three Men and Vape Show. Aidan was kind enough to do it on the e-liquid mixing show. I found out how to do it, and so after this show ends, you will be transferred over. So if you want to go over and watch Mick, Bill, and Dave, it will pop over straight away. You don't have to leave chat. It will join their chat, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So it just transfer over, which is just giving a bit back to everybody else who's on. So, yeah. So we will go around and say our goodbyes. We'll start with Phil. Thank you very much for coming on, Phil.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, Benny. Appreciate it. Thank you, Luke, for inviting me. JP, Steve, Graham, pleasure as always. Thanks to everyone in chat. Nice to see you all again, speak to you. And yeah, no, thank you very much. It's been nice to chew the fat over the old vaping world.
Can't say that. Can't say that.
Can't say
No, you
fat.
can't say that, yeah. Sorry.
I'm offended.
Defended me.
That was too none of me, wasn't it?
Are you passing it on to?
Thank you very much.
Are you passing it on to?
Oh, I'm passing it on, am I? Sorry, beg pardon. I'll pass it on to Luke.
Well, thanks, Phil, for coming on. Been a pleasure. Nice seeing your pretty face. I've got a question for you, actually, before I say anything else. Are you at Expo coming up?
Yes, we are, and we are exhibiting. Yes.
Oh, I get to see your pretty face again.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for coming on, everybody in chat, everyone in the host of the show tonight. It's been a great show, and yeah, keep vaping. Yeah, pass it on to Ben. Oh, I'll pass it. I'm not sure I'll pass it to Benny. I'll pass it on to Blazing.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, Phil, for joining us. It's nice to meet you. Thanks, chaps, for another good show, and everyone in chat that's joined us tonight. And you can see me again tomorrow night at 7:30 with Ian for the Laid Back Vape Show, and then again next Sunday. Pass that to JP.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for joining us, Phil. It's, like I say, it's the first time I've actually seen you. People in chat, you all been stars, and I'll see you over next week, and I'll pass it over to Graham.
Cheers, chat, and big thanks to Phil coming on. Look forward to Expo. Have another drink with you and Chrissy. Just hope somebody in the background isn't vaping that dodgy weed. After last time. You said, I don't know how
None of that French stuff.
Graham was running around going, why is everyone blaming me?
And I'll pass it to Benny.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody in chat, for joining us tonight. It's been absolutely fantastic. It's been good that you've all been joining in, and it's been nice and clean. Thank you very much, Phil, for coming on and joining us. You're much appreciated, and you can come back anytime. You are more than welcome. Don't forget to go over and try his e-liquids. Either go over to the website and buy it from themselves, which you can get the Nick salts exclusive from there, or do have a look around. Like I say, you can get them at Vaping 101, and you get his short fills all over at WeClicker. You can get them over there. Thank you very much to my fellow casters for joining me week in, week out. Much appreciated. You will find Steve tomorrow night with the Laid Back Vape Show. Go over and see them. Like I say, once we finish this, you will be transferred over to Mick and Bill and Dave over at the Late Night Steamer Show. Don't forget, you can listen to us back on a podcast on all your favourite podcasting streaming services. Thank you very much for people in Twitch for watching us. Much appreciated. And we'll see you again next week. Good night.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't press the big yellow button. Press the outro.
Don't press it. Don't press it. No, don't press it.